We are live on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas, coming to you from Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar. We're actually in the wine bar this evening. Thank you for joining us here. Happy Monday. Every Monday, we are live with you right here on Facebook, on YouTube, and Facebook on Tuesdays, but right here on YouTube on Mondays, hanging out with you, talking about the most important thing in the whole wide world, which, of course, is going on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Welcome. We are, of course, on Wonder of the Seas, or on day 4 of the cruise. And it is an amazing, amazing cruise ship, I've got to say. But really enjoying being on Wonder. Thank you for joining us here. Happy Monday. And we're here to answer as many Royal Caribbean cruise questions as we can, starting with the most important cruise question. How many days till your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat. Let's count down together. My next cruise is in, 3 days, because I'm staying on board Wonder of the Seas for another sailing after this one. We're here in the wine bar, which you can see behind me. And it's a great, great spot. Love this. By the way, special shout out goes out to David and Teresa, who say hi to the world. They watched my equipment while I had to run back to the room just before starting the broadcast. So thank you, David and Teresa. Welcome, everybody. Got lots of people in the chat already. I see that. I see Logan. I see Ron Ladowski. What's up, Ron? Hope you're doing well. Happy belated birthday, my friend. Tony Diaz, my cruise is not soon enough. Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, actually, I don't know that feeling right now, but sometimes I feel that feeling. But of course, we're here to answer your cruise questions. What can we answer for you? Please feel free to type your questions in chat. Let's answer as many as we can. We're already starting off with a super chat coming in from Betty Eakin. Betty, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your help. Thank you, Betty. My goodness, thank you for your generosity. Very, very kind of you. Joe Trippiani is here. Joe says, we'll be on Odyssey in a few weeks. How do you make reservations for iFly? Is it on the app or somewhere on the ship? Love your show. Thanks, Joe. So if it's not available to book via the Royal Caribbean Cruise Planner website before your cruise, then you'll book it once you get on board the ship. You log into the Royal Caribbean app. So basically, here's where you get on board the ship, log onto the Wi-Fi, then go into your app, and then you can make a reservation through there. I would recommend making that as soon as you can, because those reservations do go very, very quickly. Don Moore, yeah, my family joins me on the next sailing, so it'll be a nice change of pace. My kids I'm starting to miss my kids. They're missing me, and of course, they want to get in on the fun as well. What time are the pools and hot tubs normally open till on Royal Caribbean? I know some of them close down pretty early at night. They usually keep at least one pool, one tub open for a while. It really depends on demand, quite frankly. But can you get a pool at 3 a.m.? Probably not. But if you want to go in the pool 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that, they've definitely got them open, especially when they've got outdoor movies, which can sometimes go as late as midnight, certainly. Next question is from Kidder. Would you go back on Wonder of the Seas as your next cruise after you're back-to-back, or would you want to do a different ship? I would definitely want to at least get a break of some kind. I love cruising, but I've told people, I don't want to live on a cruise ship. I don't want to, be on here for. I think going home does give you a better appreciation for cruises. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go home for 6 months, but I do actually enjoy a little bit of a break. It's nice to get back into a normal rhythm, a routine, so that way you have a better appreciation for what cruising has to offer. So I would say I probably wouldn't mind going home after the second cruise in order to just, be able to enjoy it. How many lava flows have I had? Actually, 0. I've not had any on this cruise. I love the lava flows, but my body, the dad bod does not appreciate the lava flows anymore. But my heart still enjoys them. Robert wants to know, what's the best cruise you've ever been on? Well, best cruise ship? They're all great. I've not been on one ship that I don't love. This particular ship, Wonder of the Seas, is indeed my new favorite Royal Caribbean cruise ship. We're actually going to have a full tour of Wonder of the Seas out tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to bring you the full tour. We spent the last 3.5 days running, editing, capturing. It was an incredible feat here, but we're going to get it out for you tomorrow. So take a look for that. Let's see. Don wants to know, looking to plan a cruise with my friends after we graduate college, where should we go? Wow. You're graduating college. That's a big deal. So congratulations in advance on that. A European cruise is a really popular option. You could do a 7-night Caribbean. I think you got to do at least a 7-night cruise. I think that's a must do to be able to celebrate properly. Like a 3-night cruise, it's over before you know it. So it depends on where you want to go and what your budget is, but there's a lot of good choices that are out there. Let's see. Jamie wants to know, have you heard anything about the daily tips going up? No, as you may or may not know, Norwegian Cruise Line increased their automatic gratuity, but Royal Caribbean and the other cruise lines, I've not heard of anything. Typically, it's been a number of years. I don't think Royal Caribbean has increased its gratuity since 2017. So I think 5+ years is probably more than adequate for an increase. The crew do work very hard, but I've not heard anything, Jamie, as of yet. You know, Jamie, I don't delve into rumors or speculation, but I understand why this question is coming. But the point is that when I hear something definitive, I will post it at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Lindsay wants to know, is there a good time to book fitness class passes? Do they ever go on sale? I've never seen them go on sale personally, but you definitely want to book them in advance or once you get on board the ship. Nice. I spilled water all over my lap. Oh, my lap is soaked right now. That's cool. That's all right. It's actually cooling. But that was, well, at least it wasn't at home. Would have been worse at home. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I got it mostly on me. Yeah. Brogan, thank you for the super chat. Booked Wonder today for our first European sailing in May. Can you tell me what the COVID protocols are like on board at the moment? No masks are optional. That's it. To be vaccinated, as you know. I can't promise, Brogan, what's on now will be what you can expect in Europe. But for right now, no masks required on board. They're optional unless you're unvaccinated, of course. Adventure Ocean does require masks for kids, but otherwise it's the same as it's been. You know, you need to be fully vaccinated. That's about it. It's pretty close to normal, if you ask me. Thank you for your generosity. Jay, thank you for the super chat. As a Diamond Crown and Anchor number, is it better to book drink and dinner packages on board? Great question. It depends. I say for the drink package, it's pretty much a wash. It's marginally, there's no difference. I prefer to purchase it before the cruise, Jay, because sometimes the prices are better if you purchase it before the cruise. So I would say drink package before. The internet package depends on your sailing. If you're on a 3-night sailing, it's better to book it on board because it actually ends up being cheaper with your Diamond, especially Diamond Plus. You get 2 free days. For those 7-night sailings, you're better off pre-purchasing it before the cruise. Teresa McShane, good evening to you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us here. How is Wonder so far? Wonder of the Seas is fantastic. It has blown me away. I mean, I knew it was going to be in a new ship, exciting, all that. I get that. I was on Odyssey of the Seas not too long ago, and I was very impressed by Odyssey. But Wonder has blown that away. I mean, I am not to take anything from Odyssey away, but I've really enjoyed what Wonder has to offer. I think by about, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on day 1, I said, this is my new ship. I really started thinking that. So, yeah. Have they brought back the bridge tours? I have not seen the bridge tours come back, but I'm not. That may change. There's been they brought back laser tag. The parades on the promenade are coming back. So you can expect a lot of these things being rolled out, which is great. Sis Admin, thank you for the super chat. Does Royal Caribbean allow you to add extra people to the cabana? Like if you have 8, will they allow me to pay to add 2 more? In the floating cabanas at Cocoa Beach Club, they actually do have that feature. You have to pay for their admission into the beach club, but then do they go to the cabana? When it comes to the cabanas in general, and this is Matt's opinion now, Sis Admin, in general, my experience, if you have like 1 or 2 extra people, they're not going to care too much as long as you're not causing a ruckus or being a problem, especially if you tip the cabana attendant like, hey, our friends are joining us here. Thanks for the great service today, I'm sure, that kind of thing. But if you have like 10 extra people or 5 extra people, then that's really too many, right? But 1 or 2, especially if some people are coming and going, maybe you have kids, it's been known to be overlooked. So, is the sprinkler system fixed? Yes, of course. I know you probably saw that video, but I did a video even yesterday from on board, and they took care of it. So, Brandon Hillier, thank you for the super chat. Hippo character with a pink hat flips it backwards and raises his thumb up in the air. Something like that. Thank you, Brandon. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Wish you were on board as well. Yeah, I did not spill the water on my laptop, thank goodness. NYC Lover for Life, hello and welcome. Ladybug wants to know, are they going to have a Broadway show on Wonder of the Seas? No, nothing's been announced. There are shows we know about, and there are 3 that are on right now. It is Voices in the main theater, Intense in the Aqua Theater, and 365 in the Studio B, the ice skating rink. And they're going to be adding Effectors 2 a little bit later this year. But no, there's been no plans announced for a Broadway show on board. Let's see. D wants to know, D Streeter, what things should I make sure I do before boarding? I've already checked in. I have my at-home COVID test. I'm wondering in a few weeks. Great question. So you want to have, this is we could spend like a lot of time doing this, but obviously you want to have your documentation. Passports are important. Your printout of your COVID test is important. Your vaccine card you need to have the physical vaccine card. Those are the three most important things, right? Then you bring cash, credit cards, your passport. I think I mentioned that, but that's important as well. And then you want to basically make sure you do the online check-in, have your check-in time assigned already, do every single thing D-Streeter in the app. So upload a photo, add your credit card information, take a photo of your vaccine card. All of that work that you do now will save you time when you go to get on board the ship. So it really makes it faster. Let's see here. We got some other super chats we got to catch up on. Brogan, thank you for the super chat. I just mentioned them already. 365, Intense, Voices, and Effectors 2 coming later. But thank you for the super chat. Javon is here. Hello, Javon. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Next question is from Christopher Ford, who wants to know, going on Allure on the first week of May, which is the first week of the NHL full playoffs. Is there anywhere I can sit and watch it? I know Allure doesn't have playmakers. They may have it in places like the On Air Club or the pub. Don't forget, Christopher, you could probably stream it on your phone or tablet or something like that if you have a cable provider that can do that. If NHL, like the MLB.TV for NHL, if they have something like that, that could be an option as well. Keith wants to know if I tried out the new Mason Jar restaurant. I have. I loved it. I shared my thoughts on our day. Well, we're doing a live blog at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, Keith. So every day there's a new live blog, and I posted my opinion on the on when we went there for dinner on the day one live blog post. And today we had brunch, and that'll be in the live blog post. Actually, Jenna's gonna be posting that tomorrow, so look for that. But go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, Keith. You'll find my full thoughts on that. But it is really good. I was blown away by it. It is that good. Michael Weir wants to know, does it matter that my vaccines will be a year old by the time I'm sailing without a booster? As of right now, the answer is no. Could that change? Sure. But as of right now, the answer is no. Tony, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Heard guests are having issues booking specialty dining. Is this something I should worry about sailing on Allure in a week? This is atypical, what we're seeing on Wonder of the Seas. Not all ships have this kind of an effect. I would say in general, Tony, no matter who you are, what ship you're going on, I would say you want to book your dining on the first day of the cruise as early as you can. My advice is you get on board the ship, you go to one of the restaurants, or there's sometimes a stand on the Royal Promenade, go and talk to them, make your reservations in advance. What you don't want to do is wait until later on, because there are a lot more people buying dining packages. We're seeing that as a trend. So book them in advance, so that way you get yourself assured of a spot. Jay is here. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, buddy. What's the new favorite? What new favorites have you tried at Mason Jar? It looks very bourbon centric. Yeah, I'm not a bourbon guy. I didn't think so, but I love it. PB&J Old Fashioned J is Chef's Kiss. Wow, like just perfect. Really like that quite a bit. And they have a beer that's a Kentucky bourbon ale beer, and it's like 8.4% alcohol. It's wonderful. It is the bee's knees. So the Teresa McChain, thank you for the super chat. I wonder how excited I am for Friday to meet you. Of course, seeing the ship is just a bonus. Can't wait to see you on board. In fact, there have been a lot of people, a lot of friends on board this sailing. I've run into plenty of people in the past on cruise ships. I don't know that I've ever run into this many people who watch us here on YouTube and or read RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. It has been amazing, and I'm so glad people are saying hello, and we're going to get a chance to talk a little bit. It's been wonderful. So I'm looking forward to finally meeting the Teresa McChain on board. Teresa, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Next question is from Truly Photography, who wants to know, with the updated mask rules, are children still wearing masks? I'm wondering if without the wristbands, that's still being enforced on young children. Young children who are unvaccinated, anybody who's unvaccinated, which would be children, right, are supposed to be wearing their mask while on board, period, end of story. I'm not the mask police. I don't stop kids and parents in the hallway and say, excuse me, is your child vaccinated or not? So I don't have that information. There are even some adults who are still wearing their masks on board because they elect to do so. So, as far as I know, that's the rule. As far as I know, that's the enforced policy. So, it is what it is. And of course, the kids are in Adventure Ocean, regardless of vaccination status, need to still wear their mask. Let's see here. Thin Blue D Johns. Are cruises at full capacity yet? No. Our ship on Wonder of the Seas is sailing at 4,200 passengers. I don't know. I think it might be a little higher next week. I'm not sure. But they're not. Royal Caribbean is not planning to get back to full capacity until maybe sometime this summer. So, but it's an inevitability as well. And Truly Photography, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate you. I answered your question already preemptively, but thank you. Crystal, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, my husband Mario gets a shout out almost every live. My turn. Hello, Crystal. What's your favorite new drink on Wonder so far? The PB&J Old Fashioned from the Mason Jar is amazing. I mean, I probably would have gone live from the Mason Jar, but I'm pretty sure the country band is playing. There'd be a little too loud, but that place is awesome. Teresa, if you're looking for me on board next week, I'll be in the Mason Jar for sure. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate you. Board March 18th. Should I cancel Ultimate Dining and book individual restaurants? No. Benjamin, and this is a good question because you've heard me say and some others report it's been very hard to get specialty dining on board because everyone's booked it up. Benjamin, get on board the ship, book your specialty dining as soon as you get on board. You'll be fine. In addition to that, Benjamin, there are places you can go. First of all, just because reservations are booked doesn't mean you can't possibly get in. I would recommend trying those restaurants on a walk-up base. Let's say you couldn't get a particular restaurant. Go to that restaurant when they first open or when they're later closing. People no show all the time because there's no penalty if you no show. So that would be one option. Also, some restaurants like the Mason Jar, they have a bar area. You can see that, and you can use your dining package over there. Man, I really wish I had some water right now. Let's see here. John wants to know, why can't you book a cruise on Navigator out of LA past April 22? Because they haven't released it yet, John. That is coming out, I believe, in a couple weeks. We'll have it at royalcaribbeanblog.com, but they just haven't released it yet, but it is forthcoming. Brogan wants to know, what do you think of the new decor in the staterooms on Wonder? They're nice. It's very nice. I actually like it quite a bit. The blue hallways I like blue. I think they're a little too dark for my taste in the hallways, but I mean, that's like a minor, like, personally, I wouldn't go that direction, but it's fine. And inside the rooms, I think it's really, really nice. Next question is from Jay Simmons. Jay, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Don't hate me for asking this. Have you always been on Disney because I felt like my teen daughter was safer? Thoughts on safety on Royal Caribbean? That's a fair question. I'm not hating you for asking this. I think it's a fair question. Thank you for your generosity. I think it's very safe. Cruises are, I think, in general, whether it's Disney, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, the safest places you can be because it's a contained environment. Somebody can't roll in here in the middle of the night from somewhere else and do something. There is literally security everywhere. I am sitting here. There's a security camera there. And there's a security camera over there. So they've got eyes everywhere. That's not, and generally speaking, I think that, the cruise lines do a good job. And I think with Royal Caribbean, I feel totally safe. I'm bringing my kids on board the ships. My kids are younger than yours. And you know what? I'll tell you, I certainly feel very, very safe. And especially, something that may, go downstairs and grab a slice of pizza, something else, something like that. It does not faze me. So, I think you have to be vigilant about anything. There is no absolute safest anywhere. There's risk with everything in life. Even on Disney Cruise Line, I'm sure if you Google Disney Cruise Line, in fact, I know if you do Google Disney Cruise Line crimes, you're going to find examples of certain crew members and passengers who, had incidents on board. But that doesn't mean it's not safe. That just means that there has been something. That doesn't mean it's a regular occurrence and anything like that. Anyway, the bottom line is, overall, it's a very safe thing. So I think if you're worried about Royal Caribbean being safe, Jay, I would personally not feel that you have anything to worry about, and nothing more or less than Disney Cruise Line, in my opinion. Next question is from John Harmon, or next super chat from John Harmon. Thank you, John. I don't see a message from you. I will keep an eye out for it, Jonathan, but thank you very much. David Alvarado with the super chat. Woo! Thank you, David. Harmony or Odyssey? I would do Odyssey. Yeah, I would pick Odyssey. I mean, Harmony's good. I like that quite a bit. But I really like, new ship. You can never go wrong with a new ship. So picking between the two, I'd pick Odyssey for right now. Al, you answered this question already about the bridge tour. I'm not aware that they've reopened the bridge tour yet. Here's Jonathan's question. Hold on a second. We'll get to DuPont in a second. Jonathan, may I have a 3-night dining package if I go to Portside Barbecue for lunch? Will they use one of my credits? Yes, you can do that if you'd like to. It's no problem at all. Dubot or Dubot, thank you for the super chat. I will look for your message in a second. And by the way, Al, it is really annoying to type the same. It's okay to type the same question more than once, but like you're typing it every 10 seconds. That's annoying. So please don't do that. In general, it's just proper etiquette over there. Hope that makes sense. Greg wants to know, do you think Royal will implement a fuel surcharge at the high price we're all paying for now? Did they ever do that? They have done that. They had verbiage about that in the past, like back in the Bush administration days. Um, but they, if memory serves me correctly, they added the verbiage they could, but they never actually did. It's still part of the verbiage, but who knows, Greg? So the answer to your question is it possible? Yes, it's in the realms of possibilities. Will they do it? Boy, do I have no idea. I know that everyone's freaking out about the oil prices today, but everyone was freaking out about a lot of other things just a couple weeks ago. It's the market is the market, and it tends to freak out about every little minor thing. Hopefully, we'll not get to a point where that's an issue there. But I mean, I'd be remiss if I said I can't tell you the future more than anybody else. Where's the mason jar located? What's up, Paul? It's on deck 15 near the entrance to the Windjammer. Can you use the dining package? I don't know. Oh, the drink package, deluxe beverage package. I don't know what DDP is. Deluxe. You can use the beverage package and the dining package at Mason Jar. Yep, absolutely. Caleb says, is the internet package worth the money? I'm on it right now. You tell me. Is it worth it? I think it is. I think so. Is the ship rocking? Not right now. We're still in San Juan, Puerto Rico. But last night, it was rocking. It was, the waves were moving last night. No question about it. Where is everyone on my cruise? Well, we're in a bar right now. I think most people are at dinner. We're still in San Juan. They could be on land. And perhaps I'm annoying enough being live here that no one wants to sit next to me. Also possible. Oh, Dubot, this is your question. I see it now. Thank you for chat earlier. Dining packages sold out for my April 1st. Wonder, think there's any chance I can get one that are sold out for good? I would keep checking back. If somebody cancels right now, you would be able to get it eventually back on the website. So I'd keep an eye on it. You could ask while on board. I do know that some people did ask to book it on board and it was not available. So anything's possible. I'm not saying you're out of luck completely for sure, but there's still a chance it could come back. So keep an eye on it. I would check probably, since you're getting kind of close, almost daily, just to see if it's available. You never know. And of course, once you get on board, if you don't get it, make sure you ask immediately. Tony Diaz, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, we'll get a bottle of water in a second. It's okay. Next time he comes by, I will ask politely for a bottle of water. Let's see. Boren wants to know, what's the name of the secret sandwich, Coco Key? Can you order it just by asking? Yeah, secret sandwich. Like, can I have the secret sandwich? I know it sounds weird, but they know exactly what that is. Sharon Stockman, thank you for the super chat. Woo! Mason Jar sounds awesome. However, not a true Southern restaurant until they added the brewed sweet tea. Yeah, they're working on it. It's not available yet. It's part of the plan. It's on the menu. They have a sweet tea. It's kind of it's an intermediary option, but they will get. The plan is to bring the real deal there, Sharon. So not to worry. If you're not going on in the next week or two, you'll be good. AG wants to know, will the COVID test be changed in the near future? I wouldn't expect it. The protocols have been working. Certainly some protocols, obviously been rolled back. Masks are a great example of that. But the masks are, at least in the United States, I can't speak for Barcelona, what may or may not be the protocols in Europe. But here in the US, the testing protocols are part of the CDC's requirements. So until the CDC rolls that back, Roller Caribbean can't roll that back. So hope that makes sense. Ethan wants to know, can I use the COVID test on my phone? Yes, that's fine. I prefer the printout. I think it's just easier, but you can absolutely do it on your phone. I've done that as well, Ethan. No problem at all. Heidi says, I've never cruised before. Are there any recommendations for ships? I always recommend for first-time cruisers, a Quantum or Oasis-class ship for 7 nights. I think that's a good choice. For folks who are brand new to cruising, offers the latest and greatest in the fleet. It's enough time to enjoy port days, sea days, and everything in between. So I think that's what I would recommend. Quantum or Oasis-class ships. So Anthem of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, Harmony, Symphony, Oasis, Allure. Those are all great choices. Odyssey, yeah. Hey, Slim M5, welcome. Ray is going on Harmony of the Seas in April. Heard the Balearian Bistro hasn't opened yet. I don't know. I can't comment. I don't know the answer to that question. Balearian Bistro is open on Wonder of the Seas, but yeah. Taylor says, going on Harmony of the Seas in the summer. What would you recommend exploring first? Ooh, I would start. I would walk around. Oh boy, I do the pool. I go up to eat lunch in the Windjammer, and then I would explore the pool deck, Central Park, Boardwalk. Maybe in that order might be a good one to do. Therese in Texas, thank you very much for the super chat. Woo! Michelle with MEI, my travel agent said I should check if the bartenders can make a Vu Car. It's a Cajun cocktail. Is this Therese? Is this in like here or like in the? I guess it's more the recipe. Here's the answer to your question. Really, as long as they have the ingredients, they can make it. Usually, the issue is they don't have ingredients, or if they don't have a blender. Some bars do, some don't. But you see here cognac, rye, whiskey, vermouth. 1 bar spoon of Benedictine. Oh, it's a brandy cordial. It's more the question of the ingredients than anything else. If they got it, they will make it for you. I don't know off the top of my head if they have these particular ingredients there. But if you have a backup, that might be a good option for you. But thank you for your generosity. I do appreciate it. Frankerific. What a great name. I love that. Lives in the Northeast and want to sell it in New Jersey to save airfare, but worried I think that's a typo there. Rougher Atlantic swells and cooler sailing days. What's your experience? It can be certainly, listen, bad. If you're worried about bad weather, Frank, it can happen any time of year. There is no time of year, Frank. So, oh, Frank, go in this time of year. It'll be perfect. It's impossible. Storms can happen any time of the year. I think the reality is the risks are worth it. They're minimal. If you get, I've gotten seasick before. Pop a Bonine, you're fine. You'll feel fine in about 10 minutes. Or 30 minutes, something like that. I don't think it's a reason to avoid a particular sailing. I mean, if you live in the Northeast, dude, and you can drive to your cruise, that is awesome. It's really nice. And even if you leave in the dead of winter from the Northeast, by day 2 in the afternoon, it starts warming up considerably. So, yeah, I say do it. It's worth it because not having to fly or pay for flying is worth it. Jordan, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a question here, but I will keep an eye out from Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, for your super chat. I do appreciate it. Zach Montrose. Zach, thank you for the super chat. For Alaska, would you recommend a Radiance class ship over Quantum? Radiance is a better itinerary. You go to more ports, more interesting ports. Quantum, there's more to do on board. There's more dining on board that's compelling. So what's more important to you, more than anything? First, if you've never done Alaska before, Quantum class is fine. It goes out of Seattle, super easy, convenient. You're still going to Alaska. You're still seeing glaciers. It's great. If you've done it before or you've been to Alaska before, then I would say Radiance. Heather wants to know, is Wonder my new favorite ship? It is indeed. Yes. Love it here. Ethan wants to know, how is the port in St. Thomas easy to walk around? Yeah, once you get into town, where you dock, you need to basically take a taxi into town. But once you do that, it's fine. But it's not like San Juan where you can just walk off the ship and walk into town. It doesn't really work that way in St. Thomas. You're kind of far enough away where walking would not be prudent or practical. Do I have a not to do item yet on this ship? Not yet. I mean, I haven't done everything on board yet, but I don't think there's anything I said, ooh, that was not what I would recommend or do, So I don't think so. Wu-Tang Live waiting for Icon 2023. So we're going to have an article on Wednesday, I think, with an update on this. This week's podcast episode is going to be very insightful on the Icon of the Seas. Keep an eye out for that one on realqueenblog.com. What is the Golden Room? It's a VIP casino room, Brogan. So it's a high roller room. Right now, it's not actually high roller, but it will eventually be. But right now, it's a non-smoking extra casino part. Janine wants to know, is Wonder too much for a first-time cruiser? It's an excellent question. No, I don't think so. I think I always recommend the Oasis class ships to first-time cruisers. I think variety is good. Having options is good. And there's a lot to do, obviously, on board. But it's designed for first-time cruisers because it's that easy to navigate. So no, it's the opposite. In fact, I would say a first-time cruiser shouldn't do a small. I know some people are going to be angry at me at this. I don't think a first-time cruiser should do a smaller ship. But I do think Wonder is fantastic for a first-time cruiser. So yes, absolutely. Scott wants to know, what does priority boarding for suites look like right now? It's pretty much like it was, I think, pre-pandemic. It depends on the terminal, but most ports have a separate line for suites. You check in there, and the concierge will email you about a week beforehand to let you know about, what you can expect in terms of boarding times, if you can come a little earlier or not. But it's pretty much what it was, I think, before the pandemic. It's not much difference there. You just get a separate area in a lot of ports. They have separate lines in most of the ports. I think Tampa's not one of them, but yeah. Marley wants to know, can you take the telemedicine, the at-home COVID test anytime within 72 hours? So it's not 72 hours. That's incorrect, Marley. It is 48 hours for vaccinated passengers. And it's not hours. It's 2 days. It's calendar days. Hours does not matter. It doesn't matter if you do it at midnight, 6 a.m., 12 p.m. It doesn't matter what your check-in time is. It's 2 calendar days before your cruise, Marley. So that's number one. Number two, you can take it with any time in that time frame. And number three, it's 24 hours. So they're open 24/7. So whenever it's convenient for you, you can do so. Next question is from Ladybug. Have they offered the key on Wonder? I think they have. I don't have it, but I saw it sold out on this cruise in the cruise planner, so I think it was. Is the Windjammer open for dinner? It is indeed. Yes. No problem there. Trevor, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I don't see a message here, but I will look for it. What I recommend in Costa Maya? Maya Chan. Google it. It's not the Royal Caribbean. It's an all-inclusive beach resort. I like it quite a bit. Maya Chan. CHAN. Jason, generally speaking, how early do things get loaded in the cruise planner? I mean, around a year. Sometimes some of them are like the spas usually in there like as early as you could possibly book the cruise. Some other things come pretty later, but within a year. Let's put it that way. Good Tea, nice house, great name. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Matt, I've traveled on Oasis class ships. Some subtle major differences on each. What's the differences with Wonder? I mean, that's a loaded question, but entertainment, dining, the pool deck. We'll do a blog post about that, Good Tea, to illustrate that better. But the shows, some of the restaurants, and obviously some additions here on Wonder. There's the view instead of a cantilever hot tub. There's the mason jar instead of whatever was in the mason jar. The Windjammer took up a lot more space on its deck, so it cannibalized some walking space on deck 15. And then there's some more minute changes there. So hope that makes sense. Thank you for your generosity. I do appreciate it. Holy moly. I don't know actually, I have no idea what 500 DOP is. It could be a lot, it could be nothing, but thank you. I appreciate it. 33 Days Till Symphony. This is, I feel like, Symphony not often recommended. By whom? Symphony's a great ship. I recommend always the Oasis class ships. You'll love it. It's like a brand new ship, dude. 2018. You're going to love that ship. It's great. But we actually have, if you go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, we have a full guide. If you just Google Royal Caribbean Blog Symphony Guide, you'll find that blog post there all about Symphony of the Seas. Henry wants to know, how far in advance do they release the onboard entertainment? Live in 38 days and they have nothing listed yet. Correct. Since the pandemic, you cannot book entertainment beforehand, Henry. You have to wait till you get on board the ship, board the ship, connect to the Wi-Fi, then turn on the Royal Caribbean app, and you'll be able to book all the entertainment on board. I don't know why they continue to do it this way, but they still do. Brian Dunn, thank you for the super chat. Please help us decide Easter weekend on Independence, ultimate dining or main dining room. My wife was here. She would say ultimate dining. I still like ultimate dining. For 3-night cruise, YOLO, book it. Go for it. I say ultimate dining as well. I love the main dining room. But you're on a 3-night cruise, Izumi Hibachi Playmakers and Giovanni's or Jamie's, whatever it is on Indy is really good. You'll like that quite a bit. The Teresa McChain, thank you for the super chat. I have to keep for Wonder because we have to agree to disagree on it. There you go. There's the answer to the question. Does Wonder of the Seas have a promenade deck? It does indeed. It does indeed. Hello, Dara. It's good to see you. Brogan, thank you again for the super chat. Loving the daily vlogs. Hope you are having a great time, Tim. We're having a great Tim on here. Yeah, we're having a great time on board. And thank you to Jason Morris for the super chat. Thanks for the answer, sir. Enjoy your trip. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Thin Blue D Johns. That was $9 in America. Cool. Yeah, $10. It's just fun. And I appreciate the generosity. I'm not mocking it by any means. It's just interesting to me that YouTube doesn't do the conversion. Like, if you were like, 5 million Italian lira, if that was still a thing, which is worth like, I don't know, like $1 or something like that. Like it just goes based on the number. It's not based on like the conversion, and you know what I mean? But anyway, that's just me being me. And Rafa, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just this weird YouTube thing, but I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your generosity. Let's see. Audrey, thank you for the super chat. Going on raid September. Will my cell service provider work on the ship once out of Canadian waters? What? No. Well, yes and no. They do have an antenna on board the ship. I don't recommend it. What you should do, Audrey, you get on board the ship, text all your family, hey, I'm on the cruise, everything's great. Put your phone into airplane mode. Turn on your Wi-Fi so you can still use the Wi-Fi for the app, but that's it. Don't keep your cell phone on, your cell tower on, because you actually rack up seriously high charges. Don't do that. Wu-Tang Life has a question. What was the average price for double occupancy standard balcony for this cruise? I have no idea. Let me tell you this much. I have no idea. But a friend literally just booked the next sailing, the March 11th sailing, and he booked a ocean balcony, and for two people it was $2,400, something like that, and he got $150 onboard credit, which is nuts. So hopefully that answers your question. The reason I say I can't tell you for my cruise, I booked it like eons ago on day one, and I really didn't track the prices since then because it never went down. Let's see. Next question is from Mindhunter. Do you think the vaccine requirement to cruise will be dropped? I don't think so. Not anytime soon. If you're asking like in the next year or two, I doubt it. I just don't see that happening, quite frankly. Marley wants to know. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Marley. Thank you for answering. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you. Caleb wants to know, do you recommend the later dining time for people who have teen kids and older to avoid the younger kids? Not to avoid the younger. I don't think that really matters. I think that's a silly reason to book later. We would actually, as a parent, though, we would book later dining because we would take our kids, feed them at 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that, drop them off at Adventure Ocean. So that way me and my wife could go enjoy dinner by ourselves. So that's a good reason. I don't think the idea that there are more children in early dining is like, you're not in Chuck E. Cheese. It doesn't feel that way. It's totally fine. I don't think that would be a reason to book late dining, in my opinion. Is the pizza good at Giovanni's Italian Kitchen? It is fantastic. It's really good. I had the Primavera and the 8-cheese pizza the other day. I'm going back here for lunch tomorrow. It is that good. So, yes. Adam, is there a mask mandate now? No. If you're fully vaccinated, masks are optional. You don't see me wearing a mask. I think you can see some of the people at the bar there, maybe not wearing masks. No, it is optional on board. They changed that February 25th. How often do I cruise? I try for one cruise every calendar month. That's the general plan. Sometimes Tony Diaz annoys me, and I book another cruise just to annoy him. And but other than no, seriously, I just about once a month. Sometimes there's more or less, but that's the general cadence of what I look for. Ed from Canada in the house. Greetings. Love your channel. We're going on a Caribbean cruise alert in April. Looking forward. You're gonna have an awesome time. I think we need to put someone else in timeout here. Hold on a second. Oops. That was the wrong one. All right, good. We're good on that. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. On Wonder, does Junior Suites have access to the suite area? They do not. They're not a full suite, so the answer is no. They do get access to Cultural Kitchen. That's fine for dinner, but not the actual suite neighborhood. Or the suite deck, really, is what we're talking about. Scott wants to know, how was Labadee? It was awesome. I shared photos of it. It's up on RoyalCaribbeanblog.com today if you want to go check it out on the homepage. But it was really nice. It looked beautiful. It was nice being back. I love the scenery, the mountains. It's really, really nice. Dubot wants to know, can my kid order a pizza with no sauce and Sorrento? Sure, they can do custom pizzas. It may take a little while to prepare it, but absolutely, the answer is yes. Is next week the same itinerary? No, we're going Western next week, so it's Perfect Day, Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Roatan. What's my next cruise after the Wonder sailings? We have Oasis April 7th. It's a little 3-night cruise we're going to go on. Becky wants to know, does Royal Caribbean do anything special for Thanksgiving? Yes, they'll have decorations, obviously. We just did Thanksgiving this past year. There's decorations. There's special events. There's like trivia Thanksgiving trivia. There's Thanksgiving craft decorations, and they of course have a special menu in the main dining room for Thanksgiving. So the regular menu plus a special menu for Thanksgiving. Can I order pizza without crust? Is that physically possible? No, just cut it off, dude. Just do what my kids do. Don't eat it. I think it has to have a crust, right? Brogan, how is the pizza at Giovanni's noticeably better than Sorrento's? Oh yes, 100%. I just got notification from Jenna that the Wonder of the Seas video, the full tour, is uploaded. So 10 a.m. tomorrow, tell your friends, wake up grandma. We're going to have the new full tour of this ship. As someone, I've seen the video because I did the narration on it, obviously, and it is really good. You're going to like that quite a bit. Also, Jenna, you should know that I'm live on YouTube right now. Excursion recommendations in Cozumel. Paradise Beach. These are not the Royal Caribbean, but Paradise Beach is a great spot. If you want not all-inclusive, Nashikokum is really good if you want inclusive. You could do, you could just go down, take a taxi downtown and walk around. The most popular excursions tend to be beach excursions in Cozumel. Some people will take also the ferry over to Tulum and do the Mayan ruins. Those are very popular. It's a bit of a pain to get over there because you have to take a ferry, and that ferry is a little notorious for bad weather and a little bit of this going on. But that's that's your decision. But the Tulum ruins are very popular as well. There's a lot of things to do in Cozumel. Lots of great. We have an old video, not old, just not recent video, about Cozumel, what to do there. If you go back to our channel and search for Cozumel, you'll find that video there as a much more, a much deeper discussion. What's the benefit of booking with a travel agent versus booking with Royal Caribbean? You get service. Booking with a travel agent can possibly save you time, can possibly save you money, and it's in your best interest. Booking with the Royal Caribbean, it's not worth it because you're on your own. You got to wait on hold if you want to get a question answered or make a change. Travel agents save you time. They take away the mundane part, managing your reservation, booking, canceling, that kind of thing. But the fun stuff, booking drink packages, shore excursions, dining, that's still on you. So you get to focus on the fun things. And if there's a problem or a question, a good travel agent is invaluable. And a good travel agent should cost you nothing extra. Any travel agent charges you a service fee or a fee on top of whatever Royal Caribbean charges, you shouldn't be using. Dream Vacay wants to know, is there a limited capacity in Thrill Water Park? I mean, there's a certain limit on tickets. I wouldn't necessarily call it limited capacity, but they won't let, as an example, not like the entire ship can't book it if that's what you mean. But I think you're inferring like, you're asking, is there like less of a limit than usual? And the answer I don't believe is yes. I don't believe that's the case. Tony Diaz, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Book another cruise for April because I have two. Oh boy, Tony is outpacing me for cruises. Thank you, Tony. Oh, Beachy Mama. Oh, they want to know, can you do a keto? I don't know I don't know much about. I know what keto is, but I don't know what you'd have a substitute. They do have gluten-free crust, if that helps. I know they have that for sure. But like a kale crust, I don't think they have that. Or cauliflower, I don't believe they have that. But they do have gluten-free, if that helps out. Favorite Oasis class ship? Wonder of the Seas, for sure. Erin wants to know, do you recommend junior suite versus balcony? Depends on how much money the price difference from a balcony to junior suite. I would say not always, but if it's like $100 to $300 difference for the 7-night cruise, sure. Well, would I spend $700 to move to a junior suite? Probably not. I think that's a little too much, But when you get into that $400 to $500 range, I mean, flip a coin. There's an argument to be made either way. Jared wants to know, are there any tips? Very good discounts for first-time cruisers. There is not a first-time cruiser discount, but as a first-time cruiser, work with a good travel agent. They can go find the best promotion for you and lock in the lowest rate and ensure you have the lowest rate always, because you can always reprice the cruise later on. That's a good benefit of using a good travel agent. There should be a documentary on the Royal Caribbean blog. I want to know the origin of this. There's a podcast episode we did, episode 301, I think. where we kind of talked about it on royalcaribbeanblog.com/podcast. And I think it's episode 300, 301, where a friend of mine, John Vamper, interviewed me. We kind of went through the origin story about that. It's a podcast, not a YouTube video, but yeah. David Alvarado, again, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Have you ever said a New Year's cruise? Yes, we did one December 2019 on Freedom of the Seas. Big party. I mean, it's a floating party. It's a lot of fun. You get to drink, be merry, and not have to worry about driving or anything like that. The whole ship is a big party. They have different venues, offer different styles of parties, but it's a lot of fun. The Royal Promenade, well, this is pre-COVID, obviously, was like New Year's Eve in Times Square, right? Where it's like, you're packed together over there. You've got the club atmosphere in another venue. You've got live music and other play. It was a giant party and a lot of fun. So I would definitely recommend it. Do I ever eat at the Windjammer? I do eat at the Windjammer. Yeah. Not all the time, but certainly for breakfast, lunch sometimes. Yeah. And dinner occasionally. Next question. Oh, thank you. Super chat from the Clovis 8. Thank you. Appreciate it. As a solo cruiser, would Wonderland be okay for dinner? Sure. Absolutely. I don't think there's any issue. There's no stigma with dining alone. So yeah. We have a question from Ayla about the weight of the ship. I don't know how much it weighs. It's a good question. They weigh a lot, but you know what's interesting about cruise ships is you ever wondered, Ayla, why don't cruise ships sink? They're made out of metal. They're heavy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here. Why don't they sink to the bottom of the ocean? Because if you take a rock, which weighs way less than a cruise ship, and you drop it in water, it goes right to the bottom. You know that, right? So why don't cruise ships sink? Well, it has to do with a concept called buoyancy and volume. And essentially, the ship, while big, made out of metal, doesn't actually, it's not filled like a rock is all rock, right? But a cruise ship isn't actually just filled with all that stuff. But because of the way that the volume, which is the air, this is all science. You're going to learn all this in school in a couple of years. But that keeps the ships from dropping to the bottom because they're designed with the help of really smart engineers to ensure that it is set up, it is designed in a way that it can't do that. It's a really cool thing, but it actually weighs, I mean, it's like over 200,000 gross tons. I don't know what that means either. It's a lot, but it's not like a rock because, again, a rock is very dense, it's very tight. If you cut a rock in half, right, it looks like a rock on both sides, right? It's all rock. A cruise ship you cut in half, there's a lot of open space, and because of that helps cruise ships stay afloat. Brogan, 10 a.m. Eastern time, not UK time. We've already had people in Australia complain that it's Tuesday over there. Where's the video? Love it. Next question is from David. Thank you, David, for the super chat. As an annoyingly healthy eater, is it easy to eat healthy on board? Yeah. Depends on what ship you're on, but you can always get in the menu. You're often going to find different things that are listed as healthier options. You can always ask for options as well. Probably one of the best places, depending on the ship you're on, is Solarium Bistro. Is a great place if you want to eat healthier. But there are choices for you that are definitely healthy. Even the Windjammer buffet, there's plenty of healthy choices there. It's up to you to choose those healthy choices. But yes, you absolutely can. Jordan, thank you for the super chat. Cruising alone on Wonder, should I book a grand suite so I can access the suite deck, or just a regular room and skip the suite deck? Is it worth it? I mean, the argument is, thank you for your generosity. The argument is suite deck, get to chill out in style. But I would say don't do it. I would say I'd rather you save the money and book a really fun excursion, or book a dining pack or something like that. And the reason why I say that is because as a solo cruiser, you're going to be out and about anyway. It's not going to be in your room. And I feel like there's so many great public venues. And being solo, I always gravitated towards busier areas like bars and lounges where there are people, because you feel like you're not alone, if that makes sense. We have a super chat coming in from Rod. Rod, thank you very much. I don't see your message here, Rod, but oh, here it is. Rod wants to know, what complimentary food are there for late night after dinner place on Liberty of the Seas? Thank you for your generosity. Room service, cafe promenade, Sorrento's will stay open a little later as well. Yep. And we're going to wrap things up here in just a minute. Is Royal Up still a thing? It is still a thing. And yes, you can use it through a travel agent. Absolutely. Yes. Oh, by the way, thank you, Andrew, for answering Ayla's question. 225,282 tons. Yep. There you go. That's the weight of Oasis of the Seas. And thank you, Roger O'Keeley, as well, and some others who posted that. All right. And last question is from EC Productions. What is the fanciest room you ever stayed at? The 2-bedroom Aqua Theater Suite, which I did on Harmony of the Seas in November, and we're going to repeat again on Wonder of the Seas on Friday. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. Really appreciate. Oh, wait, we got one more super chat coming in right at the last minute. Kathy, thank you for the super chat. 151 days till Radiance and Alaska. One day we will do Wonder of the Seas. That's awesome. Radiance is fantastic. And Wonder is amazing as well. But yeah, it's awesome. Thank you, Kathy, for your super chat. Guys, thank you again for your generosity today. We had a lot of super chats. I'm going to say some thank yous right now. Kathy Crandall, thank you. Rod, thank you. Jordan. Oh, I lost it. There we are. Jordan, thank you. David Palmer, thank you. Oh my God, I lost my monitor here. Hello, sir. I can't move it. All right, I can't do it. Thank yous, everybody. I apologize. I don't know. It's dead. Okay. Well, thank you to everybody for the super chatters. David Alvarado, I know you definitely had a couple in there. So thank you. Teresa, thank you. Tony Diaz, thank you, I guess. Thank you, guys. So we'll be back again next Monday right here on Wonder of the Seas, live on YouTube, to answer more of your cruise questions. You can always post your questions in the meantime on our message boards at royalcaribbeanblog.com. And, of course, be sure to check out our new videos. In fact, new video out tomorrow, Eastern Time, with a new full tour of Wonder of the Seas. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, everybody.